Time to prioritize. What exactly is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence, A, is the capacity to comprehend and regulate your own emotions as well as the emotions of others around you. People with strong emotional intelligence understand what they're experiencing, what their feelings imply, and how their emotions influence others. Emotional intelligence is critical for leaders to succeed. 5 key elements to A are as follows. 1. Self-awareness. 2. Self-regulation. 3. Motivation. 4. Empathy. 5. Social skills. Emotions and intelligence were formerly thought to be diametrically opposed. However, in recent decades, academics studying emotion psychology have become more interested in cognition and affect. This field investigates how cognitive processes and emotions interact and impact how individuals think. Consider how emotions and moods such as happiness, anger, fear, and sorrow impact people's behavior and decisions. How to practice self-awareness. With the appropriate exercises and habits, anyone may learn to enhance their self-awareness. Ask yourself these questions to gauge your own self. 1. Are there aspects of your life or personality that you just don't get? 2. Perhaps there are some habits or inclinations that continue to reoccur despite having bad consequences? The capacity to be self-aware is one of the most important yet challenging talents that humans may develop. But it's not impossible. Firstly, we need to know what self-awareness is. It entails searching for patterns in how we think about it and interpret what occurs to us, how we explain things to ourselves, and how we make sense of the world around us. It also involves being aware of our own emotions and moods. Rather than attempting to ignore or fix how we feel, we notice and remain inquisitive about our sensations, especially the tough and painful ones. It requires paying attention to how we respond and behave in various situations. 1. What are our default reactions to situations? 2. What are our habits and proclivities? In a nutshell, self-awareness implies paying attention to and attempting to understand our own mind. 1. Self-awareness. How to become more self-aware. A. Take note of what irritates you about other individuals. Things that bother us the most in other people are sometimes a mirror of a characteristic we detest in ourselves. We all have aspects of ourselves that we aren't proud of, such as a tendency to exaggerate the truth. Or, on occasion, we avoid conflict as if it were a disease, usually ending up feeling like a punching bag or being abused by others around us. If we don't know how to change these things, or if we don't believe it's possible, we may end up doing the next best thing, which is not thinking about them. And, while it may look that ignorance is bliss, it isn't. B. Meditate on your mind. Meditation triggers the body's natural relaxation response and not only soothes the mind, allowing you to relax and stress to gradually leave the mind and body, but it also provides a deeper knowledge and awareness of the mind's and emotions' workings. C. Read fiction books. When it comes to reading, we may believe that reading for the sake of knowledge is the ideal reason to take up a book. However, research suggests that reading fiction may bring significantly more significant benefits than reading nonfiction. Reading fiction, for example, predicts enhanced social sensitivity and a better understanding of other people's motivations. While reading nonfiction is clearly beneficial for acquiring knowledge, it does little to enhance EQ, which is a far more difficult goal. D. Identify your emotional kryptonite. Sadness, anxiety, embarrassment, or any other painful emotion. Which is understandable given how horrible they feel, at times excruciatingly so. While we all react from bad feelings, each of us has a specific negative emotion that we dislike and strive to avoid. Learning to tolerate the agony of our emotional poison can disclose a wealth of insight about ourselves and our surroundings if we are willing to listen. E. Make a life timeline for yourself. The one thing we all have an equal amount of is time. Each of us has 24 hours in a day. As a result, we should all use time in such a way that we can mold and capture events and incidents in our lives. Being able to think developmentally and contextually is essential for self-awareness. You can make a simple timeline by writing each year of your life on a page and noting the major events that occurred that year. F. Request feedback. One of the quickest and most effective methods to grow and improve ourselves is through feedback. While there are many aspects of ourselves that we can see that need to be improved, it is the portions of ourselves that we can't see, our blind spots, that are the main issue. And others are in a unique position to observe and assist us in seeing these. Only if we ask for the feedback. G. Make some travel plans. Places we haven't seen before and unexpected situations force us to break out of our patterns and become more self-aware. We can gain many of the benefits of travel, including a boost to our self-awareness, for a fraction of the expense in time or money if we widen our definition of travel to include local or nearby locations that are yet unknown to us. H. Learn a new skill. Learning anything new promotes self-awareness by challenging us to think and act in unique ways, much as traveling forces us to become more self-aware by putting us in unfamiliar situations. Committing to mastering a new talent, whether it's playing the guitar, speaking French, or painting your living room wall, is a great exercise in mental flexibility and self-awareness. I recognize cognitive distortions. Cognitive distortions can have a major impact on one's mental health, leading to increased stress, sadness, and worry. If left unchecked, these habitual thought patterns can become entrenched and have a negative impact on the reasonable, logical manner you make decisions. J. Take the time to define your values. Your values influence your decisions and create the tone for your life. When we consider broad topics like who we are and what we want to accomplish in life, we frequently consider things like our personality traits and ambitions. We try to figure out whether we are an introvert or an extrovert, whether we are amiable or disagreeable, and how many of our New Year's resolutions we have completed. Living your values means being your most true self in all facets of your life. Not only at work or with your family, but in all aspects of your life that are important to you. Here is an excellent list to give you an idea of some personal values you may have. Authenticity, achievement, adventure, beauty, boldness, compassion, challenge, curiosity, determination, fairness, faith, fame, friendships, happiness, honesty, kindness, learning, loyalty, meaningful work, openness, optimism, pleasure, popularity, recognition, respect, self-respect, spirituality, stability, success, status, trustworthiness, wealth, wisdom. 2. Self-regulation. People who regulate themselves effectively rarely verbally attack others, make rushed or emotional decisions, stereotype people, or compromise their values. Self-regulation is all about staying in control. The ability to monitor and manage your energy states, emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in ways that are acceptable and promote beneficial outcomes such as well-being, meaningful relationships, and learning is referred to as self-regulation. It is the way we deal with pressures, and as such, it serves as the foundation for all other activities. How can you improve your ability to self-regulate? A. Know your values. B. Hold yourself accountable. C. Practice being calm. 3. Motivation. Motivation is the process by which goal-oriented behaviors are initiated, guided, and maintained. Motivation is comprised of the biological, emotional, social, and cognitive variables that drive conduct. The term motivation is widely used in everyday conversation to express why someone does something. People that are self-motivated work persistently toward their goals and have exceptionally high expectations for the quality of their work. How can you improve your motivation? Things to observe while you're working towards improving motivation. 1. Examine why you're doing what you're doing. 2. Be optimistic and you will find something excellent. 3. Understand your position. We can conclude that motivation is a feeling, but it is not an emotion. Emotions are considerably deeper and more complex than feelings, which are much simpler. We can also feel hungry or thirsty, but these aren't emotions. 4. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to put oneself in the shoes of another person in order to understand their feelings and viewpoints, and then utilize that understanding to guide one's own actions. How can we develop empathy throughout our lives? Start a conversation with a stranger, or invite a coworker or neighbor you don't know well to lunch. Go beyond casual talk and inquire about how they are and how their day is going. Follow people on social media from different backgrounds than yours, different race, religion, or political persuasion. 5. Social skill. People who excel at the social skills component of emotional intelligence are excellent communicators. They're just as receptive to hearing terrible news as they are to hearing good news, and they're experts at rallying other people behind them and getting them enthused about a new purpose or initiative. Also, people with strong social skills excel at managing change and resolving issues diplomatically. They are rarely satisfied with things as they are, but they do not sit back and expect others to do the work for them. Instead, they set an example with their own actions. How can you build social skills? A. Learn how to resolve conflicts. A leader is able to resolve disagreements between individuals in general, consumers, or vendors. If you want to be successful, you must learn conflict resolution skills. B. Enhance your communication abilities. If you believe you lack the fundamental abilities essential for effective communication, there are a number of dependable strategies to improve. Here are some pointers to help you improve your communication skills. Practice active listening. Concentrate on nonverbal communication. Control your own emotions. Ask for feedback. Practice public speaking. Develop a filter. C. Learn how to compliment others. Let others see the good in others that you see in them. If you can't say something kind, don't say anything. This mantra will bring out your best qualities. The correct words may make or break a situation. Kind words convey optimism and help us build stronger bonds with family members, friends, colleagues, and strangers. Giving a compliment is a simple act with a large payback. The takeaway: emotional intelligence is vital not just for your own well-being, but also for your professional success. Fortunately, there are certain things you can learn from emotion psychology that can help you increase your EQ and cultivate better emotional competences in order to boost your work performance and career success.